Tigers can take the lead with a three. Perkins.
South Carolina's got to bounce back, by the way.
A loving kid, funny, a jokester. He loves jokes. All around good kid. He loves sports. When he was younger, he played basketball, baseball, and football. And it was to where it was one summer, it was all three.
I was always around sports. I always was told to always do the right thing. Sports will take you a longer way than the other way. I just always tried to keep my head straight and stick to sports. So.
The one thing about it is he's the older brother, and he's always looking after his younger siblings. And when you see that type of bond, he's setting an example. So when you set that example, you get through storms, you get through anything. And that chip on the shoulder is one that just motivates him, and it motivates his entire family.
Oh, he's a good big brother. He is their idol. He tries to be the best version of himself for them.
I'm a little more on them than, my parents probably would be on them, but, I'm kind of, as a big brother, you kind of got to give them that little push and that little, fight sometimes. So.
They do talk every day. Even with his younger brother, he has an 8-year-old brother, and that's his biggest fan. When he's on YouTube, he's always looking up Tony Perkins. Nothing else. Nobody else. It's just always Tony Perkins. Basketball is big in Indiana. Like it is the thing. So you can go to a high school game, and it would be like nowhere to sit. So you kind of have to get there, do the JV games just to get there to get a seat. High school basketball in Indiana is tremendously big.
It's always a sold-out game, especially if there's good players on every team, basically, which it was during the time I was in high school. So I would say probably the crowd, the environment. I loved it. Great 4 years. Won a sectional championship, second in Mr. Basketball voting, Indiana All-Star twice. So I would say it was pretty good, course-wise, and then, academic-wise, it's really good.
So Tony comes from the Hoosier State, kid from Indiana. Obviously, being under-recruited took place because of COVID.
Junior year summer, I can't remember who now. I think it was probably like a D2, but it's not that bad. When that's your first offer, then it kind of led to D1. So I'd probably say after getting a D2 offer, I'm like, okay, I know I can get a D1. Just put some more grind in. And that kind of happened like a couple of weeks afterwards.
Everything was coming at once, so it was just kind of, at first he was, he wasn't really getting recruited. And all of a sudden, everyone was calling him, trying to, get him, hey, we want to offer you a scholarship. So it was, a good thing, but it's kind of like, oh my God, which school do I pick? How do I do this? What do I do? So I just told him, go with what your heart tells you to do. I would say, Tony had a good run at Iowa. I can't say anything bad about Iowa. He had a really good run at Iowa. He set some accolades for himself at Iowa, and it was a good program.
That was pretty great. I was able to win a Big Ten championship in 2022. I was able to get honorable mention and be an all-conference player twice. So I would say it was pretty good. Team captain, 1,000-point scorer. So I had a lot of accomplishments there. So it's always great when you can go somewhere and do that and accomplish things that you always wanted to as a kid. I wanted to change the things from my last year. So I was like, well, I guess I entered the transfer portal once I did. Mizzou stuck out the most, talking to Coach Gates and building a relationship with him. From day one, just having a one-on-one, man-to-man conversation kind of was easy for me to understand that I wanted to play for Coach Gates. So.
Gates pitched a really good one. But he has everything he promised. It has happened. And I think it was, him just telling Tony, this is what I can help you do. And he's always had his back 110% since Tony has committed to Missouri.
Tony Perkins has done a great job. Obviously, second team All Big Ten Conference point guard at the University of Iowa. And here we are on the other side of it, and without him, he's definitely made a big difference in our program.
Coming in here, everybody didn't know what was going to be doing. Hour session meetings, getting to know each other. Starting it off day one, that allowed everyone to feel comfortable, be comfortable, and allow everyone to feel safe around each other. Everybody, telling their story from when we first met until, now it kind of built up and led to where we're at now.
I don't know. When Tony's out on that court, he's just like, hey, I will guard the best defender that they have, because he's not backing down for a challenge to any best player on anybody's team.
He makes it easier for Ant Robinson. Ant Robinson makes it easier for him. In our two-guard lineup, defensively, those guys do a great job, and the ball safety is important. So he does a tremendous job putting that ball in the hands that it needs to be in with his great assist-to-turnover ratio. But his leadership, leave no doubt, has been an asset to our program.
He's always been an all-around team guy, but sometimes you got to take on a little leadership role to say, hey guys, I'm here. If you need anything, come talk to me. So just got to be a big brother to some of his teammates as well.
I think I've grown a lot, just having conversations and, being a person to always have a door open if anybody needs anything. Have a talk, encouragement, anything that they need, I'm always available.
So when it's game time, Tony's just focused, he's ready to play, he's locked in, he's taking that serious. Then say, the team wins, he's in the locker room, he's goofing around, he's telling jokes, he's dancing. You got to watch him, he really can dance.
When we dance, it's always fun to have fun with somebody or dance or, get some laughs and enjoy yourselves. But when it's time to put the game faces on and be serious, we know how to do that too. So.
Well, for Tony Perkins, the preparation comes from playing basketball in Indiana. Sellout after sellout. There's not a moment that I've seen him nervous.
Tony is an individual that will never give up. If he's not perfect, he's gonna practice till he is perfect. He's up for a challenge, and he's just an all-around kid or young man to say that he will do anything to make himself better. So he doesn't give up. If he feels like it's something that he can't do, he's not gonna say he can't do, he's gonna keep trying and trying until he does it.
3-hour practices, 2-hour individual workouts. He's cool, calm, collective, and that resolve, it definitely spreads throughout the locker room. It turns into a confidence, and you can see it when it becomes apparent in games.
Get better every day. I kept working and kept working, and as I kept working,
everything will come together. And then it did, and he looked at me and he said, Mom, you were right. I said, you have to trust the process. You just got to trust the process.